Hello everyone, this is Data Guy and we're back again. Today is your first day as a data analyst. Imagine this, you just got hired as a junior data analyst at FreshMart, a supermarket chain with 6 stores across Nigeria. It's your first day. Your manager walks up to your desk and says, "Welcome aboard. Quick start. Here's our sales file for the year. How much money did we actually make? And which store is doing the best?" That's it. That's your first job task. In this video, we will load a real CSV file, calculate the total revenue, find averages, and build our first bar chart and pie chart. If you've never analyzed data before, this is exactly where you start. Let's go. Firstly, what does CSV stand for? Comma separated values. It is the absolute standard for storing and sharing data sets because it is incredibly simple. Instead of heavy Excel file with fancy fonts, color, and formula, a CSV is just a plain text file. Every row is a new line and every column is separated by comma. So these are the CSV file we're working with today. It's on my GitHub. The link will be attached to the description. So data analysts love CSV because they are lightweight and universal. Whether you're loading a data set into Excel, coding in Python, running queries in SQL, or building a dashboard in Tableau, every single data to read CSV files perfectly without compatibility headache. It is the ultimate no-nonsense format for a new data set. This is the example of a CSV file that we're working it. Is the point of advanced data analysis. Imagine you have to go through all this data manually. It will be a hectic job. So CSV files that you'll be working with on this project. Lastly, we go to collab research at google.com. I have a video on the introduction to Google Colab. You can check it in the playlist. So we create a new notebook. Zoom out a bit. We create a new notebook and we give it a name, sales report. Come to the top left, give it a name, sales report. Come to the cloud at the top and you click to save all changes. So I have an introduction to Python videos and a playlist. You can go search that out. So let us start. Firstly, we come to the left and click it. Then we can create a section. A section is like a heading for each cell. Double click, exit this one. You exit the default cell and you type the heading. Loading sales data. You can delete this one. So I add a code cell below the heading. In a bit so you can see better. And let us start coding. We import the various libraries. Don't worry, I will explain what each line of code does. Panda is the Python library for working with tables of data like Excel but in code. Matplotlib is the library we use to draw charts and graphs. And lastly, this is the link to the company's sales file. We grab it from the video in the description and follow along. This is the list to the GitHub, the link to the GitHub, and this is the GitHub here. These are all the data in the CSV file. You can see them. So we create a new cell underneath, a code cell, and we type the first line of code, read_CSV, downloads the file and turns it into a data frame. Pandas word for a table. That's what Panda describes as a table. This is Pandas library. This is Pandas library. The second line of code, the head shows the first 5 rows of the table, so we can pick at what we are working with, so we can know the columns and know what the table is talking about. The shape tells us the size, that is the number of rows, the number of rows, the number of columns. The dot column lists the column name, and the to list turns them into a normal Python list. Lastly, sales info, the dot info gives a summary. Every column, how many values it has, and what type of data it holds. So we have to run the first cell, which comprises of the library. Without these libraries, this code cannot work. So we run the first cell. You see the check mark by the side shows that it run, and we run the second cell. It reads the CSV file, it gives us the head, it gives us the shape, and it gives us the column and the tool list. the first thing you do with any data set, before any math, before any chart, is to look at it. The head shows you a sample, the shape tells you how big it is, info tells you what type each column is. Our file has 2,500 sales records with sales ID, which store it happened in, which product was sold, the date, and the quantity, and also the unit price. So before we start working on any data set, we need to have details about the CSV, which is this CSV file. You can see we're working with the sales.csv. So let me just display it. This is the sales. So come down and click create a new cell. Notice something, there's no total column. Each row says the quantity and the price per item, but not the total money for that sale. Your first real analyst move is to create it. So the quantity times the price equals to money made on that sale. This creates a brand new column called total, and that multiplies the row by row, all 2,500 rows at once. Then look at the table again. Our new total column is now at the end. When you run this, you can see the total column is now at the end of the table. You can create another code cell. So this sum adds up every single value in the total column into one number. The 2F formats it with commas and 2 decimal places, which is easier to read. And when you run it, it gives you the total, which is the total of this column. I can decide not to create another cell for this. I can decide to put it on the same cell. For readability, I can just put it in the same cell and create a line. And just come here, copy this code, and put it here. Why I created that cell is just for you to follow up. But if I run it, you see, it gives us the line. You see the total revenue. I can equally put it in another cell. It will all work together as far as it's within this file. This sales report file. So sales report notebook. It will all work together. So what I will do is create a new cell so you see the new output. Then I'll clear that cell and just come back here and paste it here. So you see, we get one organized code. So create a new cell. The .min calculates the average total of all sales divided by the number of sales. The max finds the single largest value in the column. The min finds the single smallest value, while the length counts how many rows of sales we have in total. And when we print the output, so biggest sale is equal to sales. What is sales? Which is the file, the CSV file. The column, this is the column, and the max. The same thing for this one. The CSV file, which is sales. The CSV file is sale. The column, this is the column, and the min, .min method. So when we run it, it gives us the number of sales, which is this. It gives us the average sales, which is this. It gives us the biggest sale, which is this, and it gives us the smallest cell, which is this. So remember, I told you I can leave it in a different cell. I can equally place it in the same cell. So for readability, let's put this print statement under to partition them. Then just come and copy this code and put it under and delete this cell. You see, when I run this one, it gives us the updated one. It gives us, see the total. Gives us the first set of code, which is this one. See the total revenue, which is this, and it gives us the min, max, and median, which is this. With a 4-line command, you just answered your manager's first question. This is the power of Panda. You answered sum, min, max, and min. Each one scans thousands of rows instantly. Look at the thousands of rows. In Excel, you'll be dragging formula, doing formula. But here is one line for each, or just one line. So this is episode 1 of your first day sales report. Look out for episode 2. We'll talk about which store sells the most. See you in the next video. Do well to like and subscribe. Adios.